Kevin, a defeat today at Spennymoor on the final day of the season. How did you see that 90 minutes?
I think disappointing overall. I think first half we looked a threat. We had opportunities to come in at 2-3-0 really. We didn't take them, so not clinical enough in that first half. We knew the conditions, the pitch was really bobbly with the slope and things, but great goal from Ross to get everyone going, and we had that bit of momentum really. 2 or 3 good phases of play. We needed to put the game to bed. But at half time we felt that we would be the team that would be in the ascendancy that second half, particularly because these played Thursday night. So really disappointed by the second half performance. I think it was pretty flat. Didn't stick to the game plan that we came here with. Conceded 2 poor goals again.
What did the team kind of stop doing in the second half, or was it more a case of Spennymoor seizing the initiative?
Well, listen, it was a big game for them. They knew they had to win the game today, but I expect us with the lead to really finish strongly, because we feel we're fitter. We're a strong team. That's something we worked on during the course of the season, getting those levels up. So at half time we felt comfortable that we could go and add to the goals. Again, based on the efforts they had to put in on Thursday night. We've been there ourselves, where you played Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. So we thought it would be us. The second half they came out and we struggled to get to grips with them a little bit. But a lot of it was caused by ourselves really. I think in the first half some of the clearances, it looked a bit nervous, it was a bit rash. I think it just encouraged them onto us and give them a bit more encouragement. So we caused our own problems, I think, throughout the game really. But second half we wanted to really get in behind the back four and cause a threat, but we just couldn't get out. We didn't get anyone getting on the ball and putting any quality in behind. We didn't stretch them, and it ended up we would get further pushed back the other way. So that's the way the second half really rolled out.
Final game of the season and a chance to take stock on things really. I think we've finished 15th overall now. The season has included obviously a huge rebuild in terms of the squad, which must be a thankless task really in terms of doing that. How do you reflect on the season?
It's been for me, obviously my first job. It was difficult the first 2 or 3 months in terms of coming into the squad and trying to assess and sort all the problems out that were happening within the group, which took a bit of time. But I think since January we always go back to Chorley as a turning point. I think when we look back where we were, the trouble that we were in, I think to be finishing 15th with the amount, as you say, the change, massive turnaround in players, the transition from sort of part-time to training 3 mornings, everything that we've asked of the players, with the changes, with the staff, the ownership, the players. I think to be sitting 15th, I'm not saying we'd have taken that because I'm very ambitious, and I think when we got to 8th we all got, we could give this a go and not finish the season how I would have liked. But I think saying to the players in there, if we look at the overall picture, I think the last 3 or 4 months I'm really proud of the players. This could have been a really difficult period, difficult week for us, but the amount of hard work that everybody's put in, my staff included, to finish 15th this year. We know exactly where we need to improve on. It's a case of me sitting down with the players individually now and moulding the squad again, and the staff, everyone behind the scenes now working hard to bring in the players that we feel need to add to this group, because it's clear that we need to improve and strengthen in certain areas, because we want to be challenging at the top end of the table next year. So we know exactly where we are. We know we've done all the stats, we've done all the averages, the points, the goals against. We know, as a staff, we know where we need to improve. So the hard work for us as a group really carries on now throughout the summer in terms of trying to get those players over the line to add to the squad, because we feel we've brought some quality in, and this squad, we feel, if we get certain players over the line, is going to be really competitive next year. So really looking forward to a bit of time off, because it's been hectic personally, and then it's just getting into the club again and working extremely hard with everybody to make sure we get the recruitment right this year, because I think we all agree last year wasn't right, and we've been trying to pick up the pieces ever since. So overall, the 6-7 months I've been here, it's been tough the first few months, but working with a group of players now, it's been a pleasure really. They've done everything that I've asked of them as a group. The staff have supported me really well, they've supported me, so it's a case of working hard now and looking forward to next season.
I know you put a lot of work into assembling this squad, especially midway through the season, and previously you've said that you think there's a lot of potential in this squad. Where do you think this squad is at the moment, and how much potential is there in this current group?
I think we've not done the maths. We've done the maths from Chorley to this point, and we feel that is around 7th place. So if we'd have started in obviously January, saying to the group what you do in terms of, I think we've conceded 18, 19 goals since January, scoring more goals, so the averages have gone up, the goals against have gone down. we're averaging about 1.5 points a game, which gets you to where probably Bradford Park are. So we try and get that positive spin on it in terms of trying to do that and build going through next season, strengthening the squad where we need to, getting the players in, and then this squad should go upwards. So from the last 19, 20 games we've been in and around the playoffs. I know where we need to be. We need to be in the playoffs and some. So that's got to happen next year for us. So that's what all the hard work it's been going on for weeks, months, pretty much since I've been here. The recruitment has been something that's ongoing. Lots of hard work going on from the scouts and going out and watching games and trying to build on what we've got in there. So I have to have the conversations next week with players. Some saying some will be going. That's all part of football, and that's going to be difficult because I feel there's a really good spirit in there. We don't want to go away from that. We want to keep what we've got, but we feel we need to improve in certain areas, and that's the difficult part of football for me.
The club said that the ambition for next season is clearly promotion. You've said the ambition is promotion for next season. In terms of the plan looking forward, are things in place for the summer? How busy do you expect the coming weeks and months to be?
Well, hope it to be busy. It's never easy. We're trying to attract players from a high level and trying to get the players to buy into what we want for next year, what we're striving for, the things that we've put in place in terms of me, Macca and the staff, the standards and professionalism that we put into the group, into the club, and we want players to be part of that. So we want them to come here and be part of. I'm not saying success. I think we've had a certain amount of success finishing 15th with everything that's gone on. I'd like to have finished higher, of course I would, as I said before, but it's getting the players in to buy into our vision as a club and be part of something. As I said when I first came, it's about creating memories, going and getting promotions, getting to the later stages of cup games as well. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but we feel we're in a place where we hopefully have a few in over the next couple of weeks, and then we get right to work. Next week we'll be having recruitment meetings and getting it all sorted out. So listen, there's lots of hard work to do. We've spent a lot of time on the recruitment, put a lot of hours in. People going and watching games, and we've got to make sure it's right because last year clearly wasn't. So it's a major part of the process, and if we're going to be successful we have to get it right.
In terms of the numbers, in terms of the change and the positions, have you got it clear in your own mind kind of what you expect, or is it a case of, as you say, sitting down and going through things?
Yeah, again it's there's been plenty of meetings. They're pretty regular between my staff and the board and the recruitment people who are working in recruitment for me. Again, we look at all the data, the areas that we need improving and strengthening, and we have a list of targets in each position, and it's a case of now going through those targets and trying to get those players on board, hopefully the ones at the top of the list. But it's a process, and I think now the season's coming to an end in certain leagues. There'll be players that become available that we can really be prepared for, and we're ready for that because, as I said, there's lots of hard work going on from the staff and everybody in recruitment. So I expect us to be quite busy in the next few weeks, and there's been lots of messages coming out from the board for the fans to be excited for next year, and hopefully we get 2 or 3 signings over the line pretty quickly, which will show you exactly where we're going and the ambition and the type of player that we're trying to attract, because the players that I've seen on the list are some really good players who are playing at a higher level, and we're almost in a position where we can attract them here. So it is exciting times again. This is it's been a season, we have consolidated a little bit now. We've got to those dizzy heights and we've had a not so good run to finish on, but I think when we look at the bigger picture, we know where we are, we know where we can improve, and the lads in there, they've given me everything, and I've said that before, it's not the finish we wanted, but they give me and the club everything since they came here, and we just said it in there. When you look at the table in January 21st, we were in deep trouble, so I'll give them credit for making the last couple of weeks a bit more comfortable than they were. Never going to be, me personally, sitting mid-table is not good enough. I know exactly why I was brought to the club, so next year we can have a really good go, so I'm looking forward to it.
Just finally, a quick word on Jason Gilchrist. I know he's not scored for a while, but I think he's finished the season as top goal scorer. I think 26 goals, some achievement, isn't it? Yeah,
I think so. I think it's exactly why we brought him to the club. They're the type of players that we want here, and they make us better. I've been there as a striker when I've been on worse runs than that. I think it was 18 I got to once. But he's a great player, still young, still going to get better. He's only been sort of working with us as a group in the mornings for about a month or so, 6 weeks. So the more time he spends with us, the better he's going to get. Fantastic season for him to, for us to have the top scorer. He's good for the club, and he's only going to get it better in my opinion. Lots to add to his game. So he deserves it. He's had a good season. Lots of good strikers in this league, so I think he deserves a lot of credit. And the lads have all said thanks to him there, and he deserved it. So good luck to him, and they can go and celebrate and have a few beers tonight. They deserved it.
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.